What up, y'all? It is your girl Gigi. I'm here, y'all. All right, let's get this party started, shall we? Of course, y'all know what I'm finna do. I'm gonna wait on a few of y'all to get in here, and then we can get started. All right, fam bam. Play that out the way. All right. Good morning. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Morning. All right. Y'all forgive me. I'm in the middle of a hot flash. I do have my air on, but it's not ready yet. It's not there yet. It's just not there yet. All right, y'all. So let's get this party started. All right. So if anybody saw my short yesterday, y'all saw that I actually just got a new tarot deck and a new oracle deck, so I'm really excited to break that out with you. The oracle deck is the Hip Hop Queens oracle deck. The tarot deck that I'm going to be using today is the Music Tarot. So for those of you who may or may not know this, you see my tag as Shalimar Entertainment Group. That's because in addition to doing tarot readings, I'm also an artist manager and an all-around. I'm an entertainment entrepreneur, and I really love music. So when I saw these decks, I was like, yes. I love when all sorts of things come together, when your plans and your destiny and your ambitions and they all just kind of culminate. So I was really glad to get this deck. And being that both of them have an overtone of like purples and blues, which are my brand colors, and they're my particular favorite chocolate colors, I was like, yeah, it just seems like it all worked out, right? So, as usual, how this goes, we're going to start with Aries. We're going to work our way all the way down to Pisces. The oracle reads are a little bit different. They're a little quicker. They tend to be a single oracle message and then 3 clarifying cards from the tarot deck. So these are not going to be long messages at all. That's why I chose to do this one in the morning, because in about an hour, I'm going to have to clock in and go to work. So this will be something that we can all knock out and we can enjoy. All right. So without further delay, let's get this party started. And of course, we are going to start with Aries. And I'm going to use my Sharpie to take notes because the Aries. Oh, Timestamps will be pinned in the comment section below. If you like my channel, you please hit the thumbs up. If you really like my messaging, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I do not do personal readings because I just don't have time right now. But if you feel compelled to do so, please be sure to send a love donation to me at Cash App. It helps to build the channel. It helps to further the other projects of SEG as well. Our Cash App is It's GG Official. It's down in the description box below. Make sure that you type the word love for your description when you do your donation, so that way you can receive a special message at any of my future, a special shout out on any of my future videos. All right, let's get to it. Damn, and we're already gonna have to push this back to what, 6 minutes? My bad, Aries. All right, Aries. Your oracle message for the day, you have Lachey, self-esteem. All right. So being that this is my first time going through the whole deck, I'm actually going, and I love like educating my viewers. I love that we learn together. So what I'm actually going to do is I am going to read this out for you, Aries, so we both have a clear understanding of what your message is today. Okay? All right. Oh, and the really cool thing about this deck, so the book itself is actually, you'll notice that the cards aren't numbered, but the book itself is actually in alphabetical order. So it's still easy to find who you're looking for and what you're looking for. All right, so Lachey or Lachat. This oracle card is about self-esteem, self-worth, identity, fitting in, standing out, self-consciousness, competition. When 3-6 Mafia assembled their Memphis-bred dynasty, they enlisted Lachey as the toughest nails counterpart to their founding femme fatale gangster Boo. Shay brought a different energy to the fold. She was known for more tough comebacks, while Boo was the team's sexy secret weapon. Shay rose to prominence on Project Pat's Chicken Head song. Chicken. Y'all know that song. And she handled her business on a string of her own hits, eventually aligning with Gangsta Boo on their Witch EP. With tomboy flair, Lachey exudes a confidence that shows optics don't matter when bars come into play. That last look in the mirror before you leave your house says a lot, Aries. While some may applaud you for caring that much about how you present, are you caring too much? It's time to have a chat with yourself and check in about what's behind the image. Are you sizing yourself up? Are you sizing yourself up next to those around you? Probably. Lachat's card, much like the rapper herself, suggests you've been forced into a race with others that feels more like the Hunger Games than just friendly competition. Don't take it all so seriously. You can be bad all by yourself. You just have to believe it. All right, so Aries, your message today is about really knowing who you are inside. Okay, so the outside can be beautiful. You can put a lot of time into the outside, but if you open the box, if you open the package and there's nothing inside, then what was the point of decorating the box, right? And so this is kind of like what this card is talking about. Now, you might be finding yourself in maybe at work, even in your personal life, you might be finding yourself a little bit intimidated by the people that are around you, and that's the reason why you're trying to look the part. Okay, so this is like a fake it till you make it type situation. Like, you look like money, smell like money, but you ain't got no money. No shade, Aries. I'm just saying that's the way, that's the energy I'm getting off this card. But what it is all that you're like, the face, the lashes, the hair, all that makes no difference if you don't believe in yourself, Aries. If you don't see that your worth comes from the inside, not the outside. Now, I totally get it. Sometimes we're just in this space where we don't feel like it, but we still gotta look like it. But the old heads used to say, baby, I don't look like what I've been through. And that's respect. That's very much respect. But at some point, Aries, the outside and the inside have to match up. And it's up to you as to whether or not they're going to match up in a good way or they're going to match up in a bad way. Nine of Wands in the reverse. Y'all know I hate reading cards in reverse. Queen of Swords in the upright. And the Seven of Swords. All right, so Aries, this could definitely be about communication with somebody, maybe an air sign. I'm hearing it's time to tell the truth. So, Aries, have you been holding on to something? You may have been holding on to something, a truth, a perspective. Something is not clear, and you need to clear the air. Now, like I said, this could be your energy, the Queen of Swords, or this could be in regards to an air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Queen of Swords is specifically the Libra card, but you have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is something that you're not arguing about, you're not fighting about, you're not even defending. You're not like it's like it's like yeah, this is the truth, and I'm gonna accept that this is the truth, and this is what needs to be said. This is what needs to be spoken. The Seven of Swords in the reverse with the Nine of Wands in the reverse gives me the impression that maybe someone was holding on to something, holding on to a secret, holding on to a perspective. I keep getting this image in my head of a picture that has been painted that is not accurately perceived. So for instance, let's just say you were accused of something, or you were seen somewhere with somebody doing something, whatever, right? And the picture that is drawn from this is not even anywhere close to what the situation is. But for a long time, you kind of took this position, Aries, of just being like, well, F it. If you think I'm the bad guy, I'm the bad guy. But now I think you're at a point where you really do. It's not that you care. It's not that you necessarily care so much about what other people think. I think you're just at a point now where you're tired of being in that kind of energy. You're tired of, just letting people think whatever they want to think, and you just kind of recluse and let the world judge you and let the world, make up your story. Now you're in a space of, the truth is, the shit y'all say about me is hurtful. The shit y'all speak on my name, it hurts. But more than anything, it's not because you want their approval. It's because once you start to acknowledge this for yourself, Aries, like, yeah, letting other people take control of the narrative is not always it might be the easy way out, but it's not always the right way. And now you're coming to a point where you are beginning to realize that it's time for you to create your own narrative, but you need to figure out how. But that's okay, Aries. You can do that. The first place, the first thing you have to do to solve a problem or to alleviate a situation or anything like that is to acknowledge that it exists. So first and foremost, if you are aware now that you have been letting other people write your story, you've been letting other people, judge you and put their perceptions of you onto you. But now you're coming to a place where you're like, nah, I'm gonna write my own story. I'm gonna tell my own story, and I'm gonna live in my own truth. That's a good thing. There is nothing wrong with that, Aries, and that's the beginning of a successful progression. All right, Taurus is up next. I'm going to try to get all of these out, y'all. I promise. Taurus is up next. We're going to start you at 15 minutes. There's just always, every time I sit at my desk, there's just always something flying around my head. It gets on my nerves. All right, give me an oracle for Taurus, please. Nope, we're not doing that one again. All right, Taurus, you got Remy Ma, courage. That's my girl. I already feel like I know what this is about, but I'm gonna talk to y'all about it anyway, and we're gonna read it. All right, Remy Ma. If y'all know Remy's story, y'all know it takes a lot of courage. So Remy Ma is a card of courage, conviction, bravery, defense, challenges, resentment. When New York City's own Remy Ma aligned with the Terror Squad as their sole female affiliate, the late rapper Big Pun dedicated an entire song to her on his classic debut, Capital Punishment. Remy later bodied her verse on MOP's Any Up remix, and with a battle win against fellow female rapper Lady Luck and a mainstream single conceded in the bag, it seemed like Remy had it all. Then disaster struck, and she was sent to prison for assault, where she spent 7 winters and 6 summers upon her release in 2014. She came back with a vengeance. Her single with Fat Joe, All the Way Up, showcased the street-leaning skills that the rap game had been missing since she was away. None of this would have been possible had Remy Ma not defied the odds placed before her. A mother, reality TV star, and still a sharp MC, there's just something about Remy. Yes, there is. When Remy Ma re-entered, the entire hip-hop industry had changed. Instead of falling prey to intimidation, she mustered up the courage to return. Likewise, pulling a Remy Ma card signals you'll have the bravery to enter into a new cycle of your life. Changes are afoot, and you may be concerned about them, but don't let the apprehension stifle you. You can be a little conceited. You have a reason. So honor your inner strength, roll with the punches, and hold your head high as you brave whatever storms may come. All right, Taurus. So this gives me vibes of being in a season of transition, definitely. Any mother will tell you the most beautiful changes in life come with the most painful experiences. Okay. But have the courage to see it through. Whatever you are embarking on towards, whatever you are going through, whatever you are trying to switch up, this could be a move, this could be a relationship, this could be anything. But have the courage to see it through, Taurus, because your beauty, your wisdom, your life lesson, all of it's on the other side. If you give up now, it's going to create a pattern. I'm hearing it's going to, if you give up now, that's going to be the pattern of your life. So don't do that. All right. You got the Tower, the Fool in the reverse. Yeah. And the High Priestess in reverse. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now. The first thing I'm getting is you talking too much. You doing too much talking and not enough walking. Actions definitely speak louder than words, Taurus. You have the Tower here, so you've already experienced the major shift, you know. And I'm sure it's got you a little shook up. It's got you a little bit cautious. Maybe you were a little bit more impulsive before this situation came through your life. You were a little bit more open-minded. Maybe had a couple of more adventures left in you, meaning that you were willing to take more risk. Now you're at a point where you are thinking a lot more than you're acting, and that's putting you in a stagnant position because it's coming from a place of fear. Did I get it? Lord, I hope so. It's coming from a place of fear. What that means is, because of what you've already been through, because of the knocks and the bruises and the scrapes and the maybe the competition, a little bit of gossip, people telling you you were crazy, you can't do this, yada 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 yada. You have opted to kind of be more cautious about the moves that you make, but that's stifling your growth, Taurus. You need to get out of that. You need to let them naysayers and them haters do what they do best, and that's talk shit in the shadows, while you, my friend, come back for the comeback. All right. Thank you very much, Taurus. We are moving on to Gemini. All right, Gems. We end this mug 21 minutes. Let's see what the Oracle got for us, shall we? See what the Oracle got for us. Damn. I guess this is going to be the day for us to see this chick. LeChat. Self-esteem once again. Now, I'm going to tell you, Gemini, this right here does not surprise me because our ruling planet Mercury is approaching retrograde, or it is in retrograde, but this one is really interesting. So this one is wherever you were, and this is a retrograde in general, wherever you were before the retrograde starts, depending on the planet, the planetary and the house that you move into, it completely shifts into the exact opposite direction, whatever it rules, whatever the house is. So Mercury being our ruling planet, I feel like a lot of us have been in this space of trying to figure out where our feet are supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing, where we're supposed to be going. A lot of us may have experienced some real good successes, some really good milestones in the recent history, but that also came with some shifts of its own. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because now that Mercury is going into retrograde again, whatever low lying feelings that you may have, low frequency feelings, meaning any sense of lethargy, fatigue. Let me just use that word because I can never say lethargy. Um, any sense of fatigue, any sense of shadow, if you were in hermit mode at this point, you're coming out of hermit mode. Let me put it like that. If you were in a very closed off space, which I feel like a lot of us had been for a while, just because adjustments. But if you were in a closed off space, if you found yourself a little bit more defensive, if you found yourself just kind of really unsure of yourself, that's about to change, Gemini. That is changing. There's no about to it. It is changing. It's changing literally in real time. So for a lot of you, you may be experiencing like legitimate energy shifts. Maybe for the last couple of weeks you've been really, really tired. Now you wake up today and you're like, boing, 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 I'm right for the world. Deeper than that though, I feel like this is more so like, yeah, there it is. Oh, you on your bullshit, huh? You on your bullshit. All right. There it is. What did I tell y'all? For those of y'all who have been in a self-reflective mode, a reclusive mode, kind of like rolling dolo, feeling like you're all alone in this world, that is changing. Your perspective is changing. So you're about to see, it's kind of like, when you're walking through a garden and you go through it in one season, and it might be a winter season, so there's not a lot blooming. So you're just kind of like, yeah, this is depressing. But then you happen to go through that same garden in a different season. Now it's spring and you see everything's blooming and you're like, oh, okay, it's some life in this field. This is what you're going through. You went through this place of, you went through a winter, because you see the hermit it's always dark, it's always cold, it's always solitary. You went through this place of winter. You went through a season where things seemed a little barren. Didn't really seem like there was a lot going on for you. Didn't really seem like you had a lot of people around you. You had a lot of support around you. So Maybe you started questioning yourself. You started wondering, like, am I toxic? Am I the one? Am I the one? Right? And this may have impacted your confidence a lot. But spirit is saying that now that retrograde is coming, and your Mercury, your ruling planet, is starting to get back into its space, you need to get back on your grind. Okay. Your self-esteem, Gemini, comes from the fact that you have taken so many L's that other people probably wouldn't even thought about. You have and also the other thing about it is, not only have you taken L's, but you've also stayed graceful. And you know what the queen says, best revenge is your paper. Always stay graceful. Okay? So now is your season. Now is your season to come out of this space of feeling alone, feeling toxic, feeling like everything you touch dies, because that's not where you're at anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now you need to get your hair done. Don't worry, mine's is coming. Get the nails back popping. Get the lip gloss popping. Do a little self care, a little meditation, and get back at it. All right. Moving on, we have Cancer at 27. All right, Cancer. Cancer, please. All right, Cancer. Left eye, TLC, vision. All right, so let's read it out and see what we got, shall we? It's my girl. I still miss her. I miss her every day. And I can't remember if she was a Cancer or Gemini. I had to look that up. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down today while I'm at work, and I'm going to look up some of these zodiac signs for these cards. All right, so this card represents vision, insight, foresight, hindsight, third eye vision, introspection, emotional blindness. Lisa Left Eye Lopez maintained a mantra that the eye is right, a play on both her always coming correctly, an eye for an eye, and trusting her third eye instincts. It's something that the late rapping member of TLC held as truth, from her life to her music. Left Eye's lens was sharp. She focused on topics like love language, sex, social commentary, racism, and even intense journeys looking within. Sometimes she would playfully highlight her inconsistencies, like punning about setting fire to her ex-boyfriend's home on Lil Kim's Ladies Night remix. While other times she would envelop her profound messages in metaphors, like she did on TLC's hit singles Waterfalls. Even when a condom was covering her one eye, Left Eye urged everyone, including herself, to take a deeper look. Pulling a left eye card means some parts of your life require deeper analysis. You are attempting to sort through some things, and dissecting either the past, present, and even future will prove beneficial. So often the solution is right in our faces. We simply refuse to see it. Again, as Left Eye says, the eye is right. So no matter what decision you make, it will be the right answer for you. Be sure to investigate all possibilities and attempt to view the situation from all angles. Remember, while we have two visible eyes, your third eye is equally important. Trust your intuition and gut instincts when navigating your decision-making process. The truth will guide you, not blind you. Let me tell you something. That's a perfect card for y'all, Cancer. No matter what, that's a perfect card for y'all, because one, you have the capability to look deeper. Y'all are water signs. Water signs always have this ability to look beyond. I was having a conversation with my mother yesterday, who's a Scorpio, and she says to me, I've always had the ability to see beyond today. And I do believe, Cancer, that is a gift that a lot of water signs possess. And it's crazy because all I got is cups and chariot. Okay. Cancer, move on. There's love. There's love. There's equality. There's like-mindedness. There's a tribe out there for you. You will have no regrets. Okay. That's basically the simplest way I could put this message. There is something, Cancer, that you are actively moving away from. Could be, I'm saying this is something maybe, I get the impression that you are moving, you're moving something from a hobby to a profession. You might be moving, like, say you're an artist, you're a painter, you're whatever it is that you do for a hobby, you're moving it over to, or you're considering moving it over towards a career, a lucrative profession, an entrepreneurial relationship or nature, right? And Spirit is saying go for that, because everything that you put in, it's a cumulative process. You see these water droplets, okay? They're going into the cups. The cups hold a certain amount, but once these cups overflow, they move into the river. So every little bit counts, Cancer. Every little bit that you have done, every inch that you have taken to accomplish this mile, eventually each one of these miles add up to the overall cumulative value of the journey. Also, along this journey, you are going to find people who are your tribe. They are like-minded. They share your passions, they share your visions, they share your dreams, they share your love of the game. So, trust your instincts. I think a lot of you, for left out to be here, I think a lot of you already know what direction that you want to head in, Cancer. A lot of you already believe the trajectory for you. You feel like you may already see it. If you don't, you need to meditate on it, and you need to tap into your third eye, your pineal gland, and see what universe talks to you about and tells you about, because you are at the precipice of something. And listen, jumping off a cliff is always scary, parachute or not. But Spirit is saying there is, this is your path. Just, see it through, dig deep, make sure you're listening to your instincts, not your ego. Everything else will fall into place. All right. Moving on to Leo. All right, Leo, we got you at 3230. What y'all badass Leo's up to? Leo's always doing something. If I had time to clarify, Cancer, I probably would say that Two of Cups is also going to lead to a major love affair, not just the collaboration and the culmination of like minds and like spirits and like energies or frequencies, but specifically having an energy of a connection. But I didn't clarify, so. All right, Leo, you've got Trina. Tenacity. 305. Keep it alive. That's my baby. I love me some Trina. Y'all ain't see the way that book just jumped in my hand. Like, get the thought in it. Get the thought in it. All right. So Trina stands for tenacity, security, reassurance, charm. Trina was a vital part of Miami's hip hop renaissance in the late 90s. And to this day, her name stays on the lips of the next gen female rappers as one of the main artists who inspired them. First appearing on the Mayor of Miami Rap, Trick Daddy's breakout single, "Ya Na Na," Trina entered the scene already crowned as the baddest bitch. From the title of her debut album filled with quips about meeting men who could overspend on her even when she was loaded herself, maintaining a hustler's mentality as she navigated through the Miami beaches and set trends across the world. The Diamond Princess sparkled through the 2000s when women in hip hop were a rarity. Trina's persistent shine showed not only her staying power, but also her unrelenting drive to keep the music coming and make the fans happy. Even now, she's still the baddest. And she is. Trina's card and her career can teach us all a lesson. Hold firm and steady, and you'll never falter. Practice also makes perfect. So if you're feeling like you're losing your grip on someone or something, maybe more work is needed. Often we think we got it all figured out, giving us a false sense of security. That is until we realize we don't. Of course, that realization can shake anyone to the core. But let this card guide you in the direction of I can and away from I can't. It's time to get a grip, literally. Hold on to what you want to achieve and don't let that go. You'll be the best at being the baddest. Taurus, once again, another perfect card for another perfect sign. Taurus, you all do have a level of tenacity that is unmatched. Like, I have to admit, once a Taurus sticks their feet, plants their feet firmly on something, it's like, this is what I want and I will bulldoze my way to get it. You're hard-headed, you're hard to be deterred. It's very hard for anyone to kind of change your focus on that. And until you get stuck in the mud somewhere, until you get stuck in the mud somewhere, you just refuse to believe that you're stuck. It's like, I know I got this, 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 until you realize you don't got this. Then it's like, okay, I don't got this. But the whole time you didn't have it. I digress. Anyway, so to clarify your oracle card, Taurus, you have the 9 of coins in reverse, you have the 3 of wands in the upright, and you have the page of wands, which comes together to make the 4 of wands for those of us who don't know. So, you are looking for your stability. You're looking for your stability. You may not feel like you have everything that you need right now, Taurus, to acquire that. You may be feeling like maybe your money's a little funny, maybe your energy's a little low, maybe your resources aren't really presenting themselves the way they should. Like, they're not presenting themselves in such a visible fashion to where you can take inventory, you can take stock on what you do have. But what you do know is that you want stability, you want comfort, you want, I'm hearing, be careful, because as you're looking down the road of life trying to paint the picture of what you want, you may find yourself getting slightly lost in the clouds, which is why your 9 of pentacles or your 9 of coins is in the reverse, because there may not be a solid or tangible hooks to this dream. Okay, so I tell my kids all the time, like, your dreams are like hot air balloons, right? And then as you put real effort to these dreams, you tether them down. You turn them from just these ambitious thought bubbles that just kind of roam around like orbs in your universe to where they're now locked in goals. Okay. And so once they become a locked in goal, then they're more achievable. And right now, you may have your head in the clouds when it comes to how to achieve the goal, even though you know what the goal is. The goal is stability. The goal is abundance, comfort, um, a solid foundation under one's feet. Could even be, and it could include a family. It could include a nuclear family. It could include a professional family. It does include your tribe, but that's all you really know right now, Taurus. After that, it's kind of like, okay, so how do I get there? And that's what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying that you need to turn this 9 of pentacles or this 9 of coins upright. You need to add some tangibility to it so that you can actually get what you want. But don't let go of the dream as a whole, because that's what's driving you. You know what I mean? Everybody has to have something to move towards you. Everybody has to have something to look forward to. You know what I mean? So the fact that you have this dream at all, it gives you a trajectory of where you want to go. But now you need to narrow down the details. You need to start putting in the work in real time fashion, so that way that goal becomes that dream becomes a goal, becomes a reality. All right. All right. What did I say, Taurus? Oh shit. I'm sorry. That was for Leo. My bad. My bad. All right, Virgo. See what we got for Virgo. How did I get Leo? Some of y'all might have a Taurus around you who's very influential in this. Virgo. It's been so long and I'm lost without you. Angel. And she our angel. R.I.P. Aaliyah. What would the world have been if she'd have been still here in it? I will never know. But I will always ask. I ain't got no choice. All right. Aaliyah is the angel card. She represents divinity, angelic guidance, direction, protection, advice. So this is your oracle card, Virgo. First thing I'm gonna tell you before I get into this, listen to your angels. Um, Aaliyah was like an angel on earth before she got her wings in 2001. Her name, which means the highest, most exalted one, was proof alone that her place on earth was quite frankly otherworldly. While songs like One in a Million and More Than a Woman have now taken on new meanings in her absence, Aaliyah's way of interpreting music differentiated her from any other artist. From the silkiness of her voice to the fluidity of her body as she moved to the beat, Aaliyah was an artistic nebula, hot like fire yet sweet like candy. And Aaliyah card suggests you should talk to your angels. Told you. Sometimes when we are feeling lost, we forget that there is an entire support system above just waiting to guide us. They can be loved ones who have passed on or angels we've never met before, eager to serve and protect us. But believe this, when you talk to angels, they listen. So when your sources of information on earth are not providing you with answers, ask your angels for help and they'll send you signs. And if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. I never said I was a singer. But yeah, so Virgo, this is a very simple message. Some of you may be in a place of confusion. You may feel like you've lost your footing. I do know quite a few Virgos. I call them goats because I've never seen people more assured of the ground that they're standing on, even when everybody else is like, dude, it's crumbling, it's crumbling, it's crumbling. You know what I mean? Like if you've ever seen a goat climb a mountain, like those are some of the most sure-footed animals you're ever going to see. Virgo, some of you may be currently okay. So for some of you, you may be trying to figure out where your happiness lies. I have the 10 of cups and I have the 9 of coins and I have the 3 of coins. This is still a message of praying, getting guidance from one's higher self, because the 3 of pentacles essentially is about working with you. So it could be in some circles it's regarded as the trilogy, so it would be the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Sometimes it could be talking about marriage, where it is the man, the woman, and God coming together for this solid relationship. Now this could certainly be that possibility because I do have the 10 of cups to the 9 of coins. However, I think what makes you happy, Virgo. I think you are okay being single and abundant because this is you, the 9 of pentacles. I think you are okay with being single and abundant. I think you are okay with just kind of counting your chips right now. There may be a part of you that is kind of wondering, like, it's not that you're not in an energy of like, F it, I'll be single and I'll just get the bag. It's like, I don't really know what else to do right now, so I'm just gonna focus on getting the bag and working on things that I can work on while kind of just letting the rest of it go. But spirit is saying for all the other stuff that you need, that you're not quite sure about, that you might need a little guidance on, that maybe you're waiting on someone to give you advice. Spirit is saying you need to pray on it. You need to meditate on it, and you need to let them be your guides. You need to let your angels show you where the rest of that fits in with your life. All right. That's not bad. All right. So next up, we have a Libra. At 45. All right, Libra. MC light skill. Because I'd like for y'all to see it. I don't know if you can see that. All right, so MC light, another great one. Ooh, ladies first, ladies first. I don't think that's MC light. That's Queen MC. Anyway, MC light skill, proficiency, accuracy, articulation. Known as a lyrical beast on the mic, MC Light's bars were greater than simply a 10% diss. Her knack for telling stories wrapped in boulder-sized lyricism earned her the reputation of being light as a rock. She delivered moral lessons on songs like Poor Georgie and didn't turn away from beef, as seen on her epic feud with fellow female rapper Antoinette. For the Queen's legend, rap skills were all about expression, but with fresh technique. Light possessed the key, and it's opened many doors for the lyricists that came after her. You may have something to say, but don't quite know how to say it. Sometimes it's hard to be eloquent when emotions are involved, so an MC Light card suggests you should gingerly get to your point, but weigh your words. Take a moment to think about whom you're speaking to and what message lies behind the conversation. Also, analyze your means of communication. Will this work better in person, over the phone, or even as a handwritten letter? There are many ways to get your point across, but understand that words have power and be mindful of their value. Don't address the situation when you're upset either. You don't have to be a roughneck to stand firm in your truth. So, once again, Libra, this is a great card for you because, first of all, you're an air sign. So, it's about communication. You. You may be trying to find something to say, not find something to say, Lord. You have something to say, maybe an apology. Damn, Page of Cups and Nine Cups. You have maybe you feel that you're owed an apology, and you feel like you should receive this apology before you move on, or maybe you feel like someone else is owed an apology from you, and you're trying to figure out, once again, like the card said, how do I present this? Do I do it in person? Do I do it over the phone? Because you have the Page of Cups here, which is an emotional offer. But then you have the Knight of Cups here, which is more like it's like an apology. You know what I mean? It is a delivery of message in regards to feelings. So you are in your feelings about something, Libra. You may want to express this to a person. You just don't know how to go about doing it. I do feel like this is kind of like a last word thing because you got the Chariot right here. So this might be the energy of, okay, let me just say this before we go on about our business. Let me just get this off my chest before I walk out the door and never see you again. It's that kind of energy. But Spirit is saying just measure your words, consider who you're talking to, know your audience. If this is if it's a child that you need to talk to, then of course you need to cater that in that way. If this is a love relationship, like a mate, a spouse, something like that, and something may be coming to an end, then keep in mind, what you want out of this on the other side of this conversation. Do you want this to be somebody that you could salvage a friendship at the end of the day, which is quite possible? Or is this somebody that at the end of the day, you're just like, I don't give a shit if I never see you again? However you want it to look at the others on the other side of this conversation is how you're going to address this. Okay. All right, y'all. Where we at? So Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, what we got for you? Scorpio, please. Nicki Minaj, leadership. All right. Oh, I keep forgetting to show y'all's cards. Leadership. All right. Archetype, torch-bearing, transparency, standards, goals. When Nicki Minaj entered the scene in 2008, she broke a 10-year dry spell where the landscape of hip-hop was practically bare of new women's voices. And she did so with unapologetic fortitude and unabashed freedom, breaking open space for many other dynamic women to enter the rap scene after Nicki herself locked the crown for a decade. Often known as Barbie, she's built her own dream house in hip hop, balancing street leaning cuts like Did It On 'Em with chart topping smashes like Starships. Nicki sits at a vantage point that most rappers being begged to reside in. She has commercial appeal and is certified gangster. All that and a Chanel bag with a pink wig. The Nicki Minaj card is calling you to lead the way. You may be used to taking the cues from someone else, but what happens when there's no one to report to? You can't always rely on second and third opinions when choosing certain walks in life. This time, it's all you and your gut instinct. Be like Barb's and take charge. Let experience be your compass. Some may challenge your steps forward, but guess what? You're not here to please them. March to the beat of your own super bass and keep believing that you will get the job done. All right, Scorpio. Funny because when me and my mother was talking, we was actually having a conversation along these lines yesterday, and she's a Scorpio. So there are some things in your life where you have. I'm hearing there are some goals, some endeavors, some desires, maybe some shoulda, coulda, wouldas. That you don't speak on, but you are dying inside to really want to make this change. So we have the Queen of Cups, which is you, Scorpio, the Lovers, and the Nine of Cups. This is definitely about a relationship. So you have a decision to make. You have a choice to make, Scorpio. Now, as the Queen of Cups, you are very in tune with your feelings. You are very aware of how you feel. And you make no apologies for that. And I respect that completely and totally. However, this Lovers card is giving me tragedy. Mainly because it's John Lennon and Yoko Ono on it. And if you know what happened to John Lennon, then you'll understand the whole Beatles saga and everything. But there's a choice that needs to be made. There's a decision that needs to be made. Something to do with your ultimate wish fulfillment, because you have the Nine of Cups here, and then you have the Ace of Cups in your hand as a Queen of Cups. So that's the Ten of Cups. There's something about your happiness, something about your long-term happiness, your family composition, your home life, even that you need to make a decision about. You need to take the lead. There may be someone else in your household that is calling the shots, but they're not leading you in the direction that you want to go. And it's funny because I think I had the last time I read for you, I think you got a similar message. But there is somebody in your household or somebody in the family dynamic that's trying to get you to go a certain direction. The oracle card that you have combined with the cards that you have say you need to follow your own destiny. You need to follow your own path. And whatever anybody else agrees with, understands, can abide in, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what makes you happy, especially when it comes to your own home, your own household. You know what makes you happy. You know what you deserve. You know what you want. And you're very clear about not only getting what you want, but what you've invested into. Like, you know what you're into. I don't know what you're into, but you know what you're into. And it's like, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I know. I know it look crazy to y'all. I know y'all like, girl, why, boy, why. I'm telling you, I know what I'm doing because I know what I want. And that's a very Scorpio energy. That's a very Scorpio energy. All right. Moving on. Where we at? Sag. All right, Sagittarius, we got you at 55 minutes. Spinderella wanted to show her head transition. Y'all might be in the midst of changing some things. Changing. I don't know why that came. All right. You know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm just a little cautious when I see repeaters, only because it just makes me feel like, especially with a new deck, I haven't shuffled. All right, Moni Love, peace. Okay, if you know Moni Love, you know she is like one of the sweetest rappers in the game. Like she is, she really is. She's her energy. She's just like a baby sister. Peace, tranquility, stability, ease, rest, and balance. I don't know if I showed y'all the card here. Money, where you at? In the middle. What? Money in the middle. Where you at? In the middle. Money Love entered the scene in the middle of hip hop's renaissance during the late 80s. Born in London, she immigrated to New York City to pursue a rap career, aligning with Queen Latifah on the legendary female empowerment anthem, Ladies First, Ladies First, hey, while representing as part of the collective native tongues. Her songs were as versatile as they were positive, advising women to love themselves on songs like It's a Shame, My Sister. While working with Prince on the powerful Born to Breed, Moni Love was all about spreading love and coming together to unify at the same time. She was vicious on the microphone. Testing her testing her would lead to an inevitable defeat for any opponent, male or female. It's true. A Moni Love card signifies peace, though there's something deeper happening. Everyone loves a good meme like positive vibes only, but how are you cultivating that good energy? Pulling money from the middle of your deck suggests you seek balance. You're tired of fighting and just want to figure out how to walk along the path of least resistance. It makes sense. Who wouldn't want to just have a moment to breathe? Embracing stillness may help you block out the negativity and eliminate turbulence and conflict. Your stress levels will be glad you did. Okay, so I'm not going to get to all these. I could tell you Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I'm going to have to come back to y'all on my break. I'm going to try. Actually, I'm not even going to clarify these last three so I can. So, Sagittarius, you are, first of all, you're looking for a new path, a path of least resistance, the Emperor and the Fool. You may be embarking on something new today, taking a path that you've never been down. Spirit is saying, stay in your peaceful energy. Okay, stay the fabulous Sagittarius as you are. Sagittarians are known for being very they are like this card. They are like a Moni Love spirit. You know, Sagittarians are funny, they're fun, they're quick-witted. They do have a crazy ass temper. If you touch that right button, leave that alone. Just let them be the peacemakers. They normally are the peacemakers in any situation. They tend to keep things, of all the fire signs, they Sagittarians tend to keep things very level, very mellow, you know. And so, as you embark on this new adventure or this new journey today, Sagittarius, Spirit is saying, let go and let God, so to speak. You know what I mean? Trust your footsteps, trust your travels, trust your instinct. Be the person that you are. Show up in the best form of your energy. So, you know, show up in your brightest natural state. Be funny. Be open-hearted. You know, be sociable. And this is going to be a good day. This is gonna be a good day. Okay. I like that, Sag. And y'all look who the emperor is. I just gotta show y'all that. My name is Prince. And I am from the NL. I just show y'all that. Because it's Prince. It's Prince. I love these decks. I love these fucking decks. All right, so moving on to Cappy. Now, Cappy, don't kill me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just give you your oracle because I have two more to go through. And I'm going to try to get these out. One for Cappy, please. Sparky D. Resistance. Capricorns. You being hard-headed, Capricorns? Y'all always somewhere being hard-headed. Why y'all always somewhere being hard-headed? I ain't gonna lie. They say Taurus is hard-headed, but of all the All the earth signs, I think Caps are hard headed. All right, resistance, refusal, pushback, regret, blockage, opening. As one of hip hop's most challenging female MCs, Brooklyn's own Sparky D boldly tested Roxanne Shante on her track Sparky's Turn. Roxanne, you're through. Setting ablaze the already popping Roxanne Wars. Sparky's hit evidenced her battle rapper core, and she and Shante lowered their swords to tap gloves on round one, Roxanne Shante versus Sparky D. The song had them touring everywhere, as onlookers enjoyed watching the two girls go toe to toe on stage. But while Sparky D achieved enough notoriety to carry through more singles, she was often regarded as a novelty act, called up on the stage to perform for free while her male counterparts enjoyed a hefty payday. She fought back and continues to be regarded as one of the very few women with the courage to say no. You have a spark in you, Capricorn, but you may be feeling like that power is a little lost. There's an invisible barrier between where you are now and where you long to be. Like Sparky, you have to choose you. And while that's a tough decision for anyone with a beating heart, that doesn't mean you should accept less than what you deserve. Make a list of things that you feel may be stopping you from your end goal. Resist the urge to talk down to yourself, but rather approach those roadblocks with grace and understanding. You'll have a breakthrough soon enough. I think that's self explanatory. Capricorn, sometimes y'all can be a little nice. Y'all can be a little too nice. Okay. Stand up for yourself the way that you want others to stand up for you. Because more than likely, they ain't gonna stand up for you the way you want to be stood up for. You're gonna have to be your own best advocate. You're gonna have to be your own number one fighter. You know what I mean? And you have it in you. You just gotta dig deep. You gotta dig that out. All right. Aquarius. Yo-Yo Defiance. Listen, Yo-Yo is my girl. I love me some Yo-Yo. I feel like she's one of the most underrated female rappers of my time. Defiance, opposition, self-defense, distance, confrontation. Where we at? Aquarius. And y'all gonna have to give me a minute. Y'all gonna have to give me a minute to get these timestamps up. As one of the few women entrenched in the West Coast gangster rap boom of the late 80s and 80s and early 90s, Yo-Yo had the double duty of flagging the rampant misogyny in rap lyrics while proving she had the ferocity to compete lyrically with her male peers. Her clapbacks on Ice Cube's It's a Man's World set it off, but she really drove the point home that her skills were untouchable with You Can't Play With My Yo-Yo, which quickly became a female empowerment anthem. An artist whose bark matches her bite, Yo-Yo isn't afraid to stand up and tell the fellas to take a seat. Pulling a yo-yo card means your back is up against the wall. If you're feeling like you're being pushed around, it's not all in your head. The pressure's on, but guess who won't crack? Just like the yo-yo toy, if you feel you're sliding downward, a quick snap and you'll be back up. That may mean calling out behavioral patterns in the people around you, or even yourself, Aquarius. It's fine to put some bass in your voice. Just make sure you're still kind. If you can keep your cool, you'll stay in total control. So Aquarius, there may be some folks around you, or there may be some things going on around you that I'm gonna just say it. You thought it was a come up, and it's not moving the way you thought it was. But the cool thing about this card and about Aquarius is as a whole, your ability to bounce back, your resilience is absolutely amazing, especially for the amount of emotion and passion that you tend to put in. So, that is your superpower. That is your super weapon. Okay. Pisces, y'all always gotta be extra, don't you? I'm playing. Pisces, you got two. You got the Remy Ma and you got Lil Kim. Now, I've already read Remy Ma, so I'm not going to read her, but I am going to do Lil Kim because this is the first time we've gotten Lil Kim. Now, Remy has a, some of you may be feeling like Pisces. Some of you may have been through a lot, you know, may have found yourselves in a situation where you were the one left holding the bag, so to speak. Not to say that you were the total innocent in it, but you just you were the last one left at the party, so you ended up having to clean up, if you know what I mean. Now Lil Kim is about resilience, bouncing back, overcoming obstacles, trauma, persistence, survival. Lil Kim may not have a picture perfect story, but she stayed in charge of every chapter. At the start of her career, the Brooklyn Bad Girl gave hardcore new meaning with her solo debut album, Hardcore, crafting woe manifestos like Queen Bitch in No Time, where she declared she wouldn't accept less than the luxurious best. Her work flipped the conversation around sexuality and hip hop, while also adding a layer to third wave feminism. When tragedy struck in 1997 and Kim lost her lover and mentor, the notorious B.I.G., she suffered a series of setbacks from domestic violence to imprisonment, but she's always landed on her feet, the mark of someone who may be bruised but never broken. Lil Kim is the queen bee, so you best take heed. Pulling a Lil Kim card means that things will get better. You're built for whatever challenges come your way and will find a solution to problems you might be facing. Like Kim's shown, the key is to never give up. Understand that while certain parts of your life are far from perfect, there's no need to wave a white flag and surrender. Take stock of what's happening around you. Life can be tough, but you're tougher. And shall you proceed? Yes, indeed. So it's not surprising to me, Pisces, that you ended up getting both Remy Ma and Lil Kim because they essentially have the same messaging behind it. Come back, kids, always come back, kid. Okay. You can never bury a comeback kid. That's a seed. It's being planted every time you throw dirt on it. And what Spirit is saying is, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how rough it's gotten, no matter no matter what bruises you have taken, you are going to come back. Like that's just in your nature. And there will always be respect on your name. All right, Pisces. I love you very much. I'm sorry I had to rush that last part. I apologize. I will be back probably later on this evening to do a more in-depth one for y'all, probably a verses. But if you did like what you see so far, then just make sure you like the video for me. I appreciate you so much. I love you. I got to go get this other bag, y'all. Peace.